This is from Doug Poundaley. Early standouts at Browns training camp. Now, again, they're not in pads and all that, but Jakeem Grant, Sione, Takitaki, two guys coming back from injury. Check in at number 3. Jim Schwartz, defensive coordinator, checks in at number 2. And they say David Bell, the wide receiver. And when you look at those early standouts, G. Bush, Grant, Takitaki, Bell, all really need to have strong camps to kind of lock in and solidify what their roles are going to be.
Well, I look at the guys that they mentioned. Takitaki is a guy who saw him in some warm up drills. I think he's going to come back fully healthy, and they're going to need him because right now they're running 2 guys. I don't even know what their names are. I think Phillips is one of them. They're running another guy at middle linebacker who I have no clue who it is. Just looking at the depth chart. But he's going to be a really big, important part. Jakeem Grant is going to be a really important part because now you look at Marquise Goodwin going down indefinitely, and people don't forget. I'm not wishing this on anybody or anything, but Chris Bosh had those blood clots, what made it very difficult for him and made him retire ultimately. And that was just basketball. It wasn't a contact sport like football. So I don't know all the ins and outs of having blood clots, but I know it's dangerous, and I heard it can derail your career. So they had that level of Olympic speed out there, guys that were burners, and you have Marquise Goodwin being out, and you have Anthony Schwartz being out for a couple of weeks because of a hamstring. So now, where do you get that vertical threat from? Where do you get that guy on the outside that can run past people to open the game up to the other guys, the intermediate roles, the running backs, fullbacks, tight ends, just wide receivers running the shallow routes. So when you look at all this, I just take a look at it and say, Takitaki is going to have to come back ready. Phillips is already playing. He's going to have to come back ready. And JOK, to me, has to have one of his best years of his life, given the fact that he's an undersized linebacker. He's going to have to figure out a way to fight over blocks, fit through double teams. He did not do a good job of that last year. So, all those things are something that you got to think about moving forward into this year.